In this lesson, we'll be using AutoCAD to construct a three-dimensional drop leaf table. As you are constructing the table, pay particular attention to the trim command, which allows you to easily edit lines so that you can region them and then make an extrusion. Once we have constructed the table, we will be importing it into 3ds Max or Viz, where we'll be making an animation on the work surface and the drawer. In Lesson 1, we will start construction of our AutoCAD table. And the first thing we're going to do once we have AutoCAD open is below the command line on the preference bar. Let's go ahead and right click and make sure that we have the midpoint, endpoint, center, intersection, perpendicular, and tangent active. And what we want to do is, on our views, we want to be working in the front view. So find the front view and select it. And we're going to start the work surface. So go ahead and type in 0, 0 for our first point once we've selected the rectangle tool. And then we'll go ahead and select 15.25, 1. And it's a 1-inch table by 15 1/4. And then use the circle command and just go to the 0 point and we'll make a circle there. Now that's going to be a 2-inch diameter. Let's go ahead and move the circle to the other side. And once we move the circle, we're going to go ahead and mirror the circle. So select the circle, then press enter and go to the midpoint and horizontally mirror the circle. And then we're going to go ahead and type in trim. And from the bottom up, we will select all the lines that we've made. And then we press enter. And then what we want to do is select the lines that we don't want. So you're going to go ahead and follow the sequence that you see on your screen. And what we are doing is creating a profile of the work surface. And this is a bullnose edge. And then we're going to go ahead and type in region. R-E-G-I-O-N. And this function takes lines that are connected and turns it into a object that is a solid object. And it should say one region created. If you don't see that, then it did not region correctly. Alright, let's go ahead now and on the rectangle tool, go ahead and type in 0, 0. And then go ahead and type in -1, minus 9.75. And then go ahead and zoom out so you can see the two objects that you've created. Now you want to detail on the intersection of these two objects here. And we're going to go ahead and make another circle from the center, which is 0. And then what we'll do is type in trim. And we're going to select the two objects, the circle and the rectangle that we made, and we're going to select the objects that we don't want. And make sure that you have those two items the way that we see it. And then let's go ahead and type in region, and we're going to type in region for the new object that we created. And you should see one region created. Now you have two objects that we can go ahead and extrude. Alright, so we have the rectangle tool now, and we're going to go ahead and type in 0, 0, minus 0.125, 0.125, which is 1/8 of an inch. And the reason for that is we need some separation between these two items. So let's go ahead and move the bottom line of the region and go ahead and move it to where you see it on the screen here, which is 1/8 of an inch away from the work surface. Now I've gone to a perspective view here, and I'm going to go ahead and mirror this object. So I'll go ahead and type in mirror, or select the icon and simply mirror that surface. And this is actually the drop leaf surface. And we're not deleting it, so press no. Now we're going to go ahead and type in extrude, and we're going to extrude everything from the bottom up and press enter. And the length of this, or the height, is going to be minus 35, which is 35 inches. And then go ahead and look at that in a solid object. And you can always go to the orbit perspective on the right click and get a good sense of what you've created. Alright, now what we want to do is get the layer command activated. So find the layers, and we're going to put these drop leaf sections onto new layers. So we'll go ahead and create the new layer, and we'll go ahead and type in right leaf, and then we will create another one for left leaf and say OK. It's very important you have these on separate layers, so when you want to animate this, you can select the items. And then go ahead and select the item, and then simply scroll down and click the item that you want the piece to fall under. And we'll just leave the work surface as 0. You can always turn these layers off to confirm if they are on those layers. Once you've constructed the 3 work surfaces, you have completed lesson number 1.